Okay, so we probably want to talk about where options came from originally, and it's important because that's there's a model which prices what a call and a put is worth, and this model it's older. The concept of options is older than the Black Scholes model, but this is a modern day model that was created in 1973 by Fisher Black and Myron Scholes, and this is the way that options were priced originally. There's more modern ways of pricing options. We're not going to get into those, but it's good to know the basics behind the formula so you understand why an option moves in price a little bit better. It's not something that you're going to be thinking about on a day-to-day basis, but if you know that there's certain variables that are important, you might think about a trade a little bit wiser. So we have the different inputs in an option price, call and put. The equation for a call is different than the equation for a put, but the general inputs are the same. You have the stock price. More importantly, the spot forward price, which takes into consideration dividends, your strike, your interest rate, which right now is 0, but it's not going to be always 0, and you have a drift rate in a stock, but we're not really focusing on that input. You're going to be using implied volatility instead. We will discuss that later. And you have time. So you plug all these things in to this formula, and you create the value of a call and a put. Now, we'll look at the formula a little bit, and it's complicated. But essentially, you got to think about certain specific inputs: volatility, spot forward price, and you also need to think about where the strike is in relation to the spot forward price. This whole ND1, ND2 thing that you're staring at, you're like, what does this mean? It's an option. Its value is in relation to where the strike is versus the spot forward price, and there's a bell curve. A strike that has a great distance to the spot forward price, there's not going to be a big percentage possibility that it expires in the money. And that's basically what the ND1, ND2 are telling you. It's a normal distribution. Right now, you might be thinking, I have no idea what he's saying, but essentially, things you need to think about are volatility in the stock, the spot price of the stock, and really how far out of the money this thing is. And to get a little deeper in how far out of the money, it's all relative to how much a stock is moving, how much realized volatility there is in a stock. But again, these things aren't that important. This is a side note that I must teach you about a little bit, must cover, because a call and a put isn't simply based upon nothing. It's not just based upon random people in the market saying a call is worth this and a call is worth that and a put's worth this, a put's worth that. It's there's basic math, and people have newer formulas that they're using. It's called binomial pricing. We're not going to get into that, but they're using the same inputs. They're just calculating it differently. So it's something you just need to look at, read, reread again, and think about, what's going to affect the price of your option. And, generally it's volatility and distance of that strike to the underlying forward price. And that's it. And just keep it in the back of your mind. And, it's just it's good practice to know why an option is worth something, and that's it.